All right. We had another 50-50 day. Had a little bit of situational type scrimmage at the end. I thought it went well, and I thought they competed well today. And we got one more practice. They're excited about that. We'll be in full pads again Friday, and we'll practice. We'll also go over how we want them to do their player-led practices that they do in the summer. Just kind of teach them how to do it. Most of them all know, but it's always good to go back over that. So I'll take any questions.
What improvements?
Where you been?
Out for a little while.
Okay.
What improvements have you seen out of the defensive line so far?
Yeah, I've seen they're moving better. They're in better shape. We're more physical. Some of the young guys like Terrence Lang has gotten bigger and stronger. He's showing up. Javi's lost 30 pounds. He's showing up. I think overall they've all improved. Chris Mulumba's gotten better. Mustafa's looking good. I can name a lot of guys. All of them have looked better, and then Kawan's done a really good job with them. And I think that they're competing and doing well. I think it's good. Our offensive line's doing really well, pushing them, and they're both competing hard and physical every day, which I've been pleased with.
So Delrick making several picks today.
Yeah.
Is that something you've been seeing him do a lot?
He's been getting his hands on the ball, but hadn't had as many picks. Today he's so long, he's just getting, every day I see him get a little more comfortable, a little more comfortable, a little more comfortable. And it's the saying that I wish it was my saying that Coach Parcells used to tell us all the time: knowledge equals confidence equals playing fast. So he's getting more knowledge of what he really understands more what to do. So now he's more confident, so he reacts quicker, he plays faster, he's been able to make those plays. So today he did a lot of good things, and I see him getting better every day. He really has just been creeping up every day. He really hadn't had just a horrible day. He's had some tough days, but not just where every day he's made a little bit of improvement.
It seems like his body's a little bit like a Kello. Are they similar type corners?
Yeah, his body is a little bit like a Kello, and slim. They were both slim, I would say they're similar players, and we'll have to see if he can. Hopefully, he'll play as good as Kello did in the games, and I hope he will.
You had a guest out there, Todd Graham.
Yeah, Todd was in. I've got to know Todd when I came into the league, and of course, he's out right now. So I called him. I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" He said he was driving his wife crazy, so he came down here for a few days to watch and hang out with me. So it's good.
How much do you anticipate Laviska Chanel playing a role in the offense this year?
He's going to play a big role. He's a very good player. He can do a lot of different things. He's big and physical, and so he'll play a big role in our offense.
What's something that Steven Montez has done this spring that you were really hoping you'd see out of him in terms of his development? Is there something specific in either just the way he's handled practice or something specifically in his game that you were hoping to see out of him this spring that you maybe did see?
I believe that he is starting to understand coverages and rotation of where pressure's coming, understanding that, understanding a little bit better of understanding when you have to get the ball out of your hand, when you can hold it a little bit. That will help us a lot. That will cut down on a lot of our sacks that we had last year. So I think that could be a benefit for everybody. And I've seen him do that, understand that, and even like if he made a mistake, he sees it now. He can talk about it and say it right afterwards. So to me, that's a big step in the right direction.
Is that just reps? Is that something he's doing differently?
It's reps and seeing the field, and then Kurt does a really good job of making them understand that. He learned all that under Coach Cutcliffe, and everywhere he's been able to have them really understand that a little bit better. Just the way he teaches it a little bit different. Not saying it's better than Brian; it's just a little different, and that's helping that area.
Sam Bennion, what's his status with you guys?
Sam is going to, right now, he told me last week, he came and talked to the team. I forget what day it was last week. He is going to go ahead and finish up school and go to med school. And so he was trying to decide if he wanted to play another year or go ahead and go into med school and take his MCAT and all that this summer and all the things he's going to do. So that's what he's going to do.
So that'll free up his scholarship.
Yeah,
so you can
exactly. Yeah, and he's a phenomenal young man, great kid, and he was just trying to make a decision what he thought was best for his future. And Isaiah decided to go pro, and he decided to go pro in another sport, like they say on the NCAA, and he's going to go to med school. So that's what he decided to do.
Does he graduate from here in May?
He has one more semester,
okay.
But he's got to do a couple more prerequisites that come in the mornings, and when we practice and all those different things along the way. And also studying for that MCAT, as you well know, when you took it, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And passed it.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about Steven, but what have you seen out of the other quarterbacks?
You know, Sam Neuer is showing all his athleticism, making some good throws. Tyler had a really good spring showcase out there. I thought he did really well there. And then I thought he did even better today. I think he was kind of catching up with him a little bit at the beginning of the spring, and he would even tell you that. But I think he's caught up, and the last 2 days he's had really good practices. Last 3 days, excuse me, Saturday, Monday, and today. So I've been pleased with those guys. And Josh, our walk-on quarterback, has been doing a really good job also. And so I think they're all making progress.
And how much do you think having a new position coach has helped those guys?
Well, I think there's just a new voice in the room. And, you know, Kurt's coached a lot of great quarterbacks and been at different places and good systems. And, you know, he cut his teeth on, and I did too, who I think is the best quarterback coach in America, David Cutcliffe. And so he learned all this stuff from him, and he's very, very good on that.
Mike, you talked about the student or the athlete-led practices this summer. Is this where you find out about how this team takes ownership of itself this offseason?
Yeah, it is. And I thought going into spring practice, there was I thought the ownership was a lot better by the players. And then hopefully when they come back in April, they'll keep it going. They'll take a little break in May and then go back in June. They've got to keep it going. You can't, you know, either getting better, you're getting worse. Nothing stays the same. So far, they've done that. I've seen a little bit more close knit. I've seen a little bit more competition, but at the same time, team competition. There's a difference in competition where you want to beat the guy out. You don't care what happens to him, and I want to beat him out, but I want to be a team. There's a whole difference there, and I'm seeing a lot of that, which is really good. And you can tell by different things I see in practice and off the field too.
Is that where that 2016 team made a significant jump? Was in those
Yeah, they did, and also they kind of just like they were like little brothers that grew up to be big brothers. They grew up together. Last year we kind of spread apart a little bit and had some opportunities. You know, losing some key guys that played on the field. Playing on the field, thinking you can do it, and then actually having to do it. There's two different things, and we made progress at times. Didn't make as much as we'd like, of course, but I think now a lot of those guys that have done that are also kind of taking the bull by the horn, so to speak, with the younger guys, saying, "Hey, you got to know how to do this." I've actually come into the office and seen older guys with younger guys one-on-one watching video, telling them how to do it, instead of worrying about the guy beating him out and trying to help him, because he knows he's going to have to play sometime, and it's only going to be as good. I haven't seen that in a long time. And that's not something we can't make them do that because it's against the NCAA. They got to do it on their own. And I've seen that happen a couple of times this spring, which was, I think, really special.
Mike, I saw on Twitter that Houston Baptist is hosting a satellite camp with you and SMU this summer. That's sort of been a hot button issue, I think, over the years. But for you guys this summer, what's sort of your strategy with that, and what's the value in doing those?
It's a big value for us to go to areas of the country that we recruit that have great amount of I guess the best way to say it is there's great numbers of players there, and we can get them there. It's hard for them to get here, so we can see them all there at one spot. So you go to Houston, and there's 350 players out there. So that's very key to us to be able to see them, work with them, evaluate them, type thing. So that's a big part of our recruiting process, is being able to see those guys there.
How many of those will you have this summer? Do you know at this point?
Yes, you're allowed 10 by NCAA. We'll have 5 away and 5 on campus.
Gotcha.
And some of them will be big ones, some of them will be smaller ones, but the away ones are really big ones.
Have you been doing those satellite camps since you've been here? Has it been in recent years?
Yes. When I was at San Jose State, we were really the first team to ever do it in the West. Us, and I copied Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mike Gundy used to tell me that.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, he started it. And so like a year after he did it, I went to San Jose State, and at that time, the WAC and all the way it was worked, you could do it all you wanted in your state. You could go anywhere. So we started them up in Sacramento. We did it in Sacramento. We did it in Oakland. We did it in San Jose, which I put. We did it in San Diego. We did it in LA, Inland LA, and in Inland Empire. So when I got here, the Pac-12 wouldn't allow you to do it. So I went to the Pac-12, asked them all, got all the coaches to poll, voted on, we voted it in, and then we started doing it. Then other schools just kind of went on steroids on it and caused all the controversy, and not in our league and outside of our league. And but I still think it's an opportunity for young men to get scholarships that don't have the money to be able to fly different places and go to all these different camps. If we go there and they come there, it's a lot easier for them.
Can you put a percentage on the number of kids in your class that you'll identify in those camps? It probably varies year to year.
Well, it varies because we'll identify 2020s and 2019s and maybe even see some 2021s, and then you kind of work it from there. But, you know, off of, Adam could probably tell you better off the top of my head, the guys that we've seen at those camps that we've actually signed out of those camps.
Maybe 25%?
Yeah, around that. I know last year for sure, Hassan Hippolyte's one of them. Chance Lytle was one that we saw at a Houston camp. But there's a lot of other guys when I go back up there, I can figure it out. But I would say at least 20 to 25% of our guys. And then we also go there and there's guys that we see that we like and that we don't get, you know. So I think it's a big benefit.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks guys, appreciate it.